If you don't build your dream, someone else will hire you to help build theirs. Read that again. If you don't build your dream, someone else will hire you to help build theirs. Because if you're watching this video right now, that sentence just hit somewhere you have been trying to ignore for a long time. I know what it is to stay. I spent almost 20 years in hospitality management. The first 10 years made sense. I was building, learning, growing. But somewhere in the second 10, something shifted. The paycheck was still coming, the stability was real, but I was miserable doing the same thing, following the same routine, knowing every single day that I was not working towards myself. I was making someone else's dream bigger. Guess what happened? So I stayed anyway because of two words. What if? What if I leave and I cannot support myself? What if money runs out? What if I cannot afford to leave? What if I fail? Those two words kept me exactly where I was for years. Not because the fear was not rational, because it was loud. Before I turned 40, I planned this really big trip, not a vacation, a real trip. I built the entire thing on an Excel sheet. Countries, cities, days at each location, the culture. Imagine the food. Everything mapped and planned and ready. And then fear walked in and did what it does best. What if you have an accident? What if you get robbed? What if you run out of money? What if something goes wrong on the other side of the world? Every what if had an answer. Fear did not care. It just kept generating new ones until the trip existed in a folder I stopped opening. So guess what? I did not take that trip before 40. And then standing at 45, I realized I was about to do the same thing to the next decade of my life. So I asked different questions. Not what if something goes wrong, but what could actually happen if I try? If I fall, I get up. That's it. That is the whole answer. Fear spent years hiding from me. The 9 to 5, it's not your problem. The what if is. The job is not keeping you stuck. The belief that you cannot survive without it is. And here's what I know about you. You are capable, you are experienced, you have been solving problems, carrying teams, and producing results for years. The only thing you have not done is point that ability at something you own. That is not a talent problem. That is a clarity problem. And clarity is exactly where we start. See it is the first step inside the Rewired Growth Framework. One sitting, you will see what you have been building for years and know exactly what to do with it. The link is in the description. Clarity comes first, everything else follows.